What's up, guys? Oh, excited for another Wednesday draft. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Just a moment. Getting the old loop of myself. I don't need to hear myself twice. I have been watching back on my draft videos and sort of watching myself and figuring out where I went wrong in some of those games. And it is kind of cool, if not to be here and hang out with you and share this, but also to actually kind of get better as a player, I must say. So we're doing Strixhaven Draft number 11. That's a pretty good hustle. I suppose I could start stockpiling for the new set, but I actually did just buy the draft pass, which is always super exciting. It's worth it for me every season because I love drafting. So as our little warm-up, I'll show you the sort of scummy deck I've been running in Standard for the last little while. It hasn't been winning me games. This deck has the old tried and true Yorian will grind you down over a period of 20 minutes, kind of that old chestnut. But this one here, when it kind of goes off, it's so much fun. Punishing the designers of this most current set for putting anything that puts extra turns in, because we will abuse it. Use it, don't abuse it. Mono red, I see. I know you're kind. So, mono red has a really good chance of getting there before we do, especially when they're playing Roberto's on curve. Oh, speak of the devil. Well, what are the chances is they're going to have a pump spell and I allow them to untap when I'm clearly going to do it to the robber? Okay, fair enough. No more. Go home. The start of a colorless and the multicolored is a little awkward considering the expressive iteration makes an excellent turn 3. Okay, so I'm glad we hit a mana. We kind of needed that to stay in this game. Ain't nothing like a bone crusher party. So they don't have the 3 snow lands in order to deal 3 damage to that. They might have the frostbite in their hand. We shall see. Allons-y. So we could be walking into a cleave here. Pretty sure we say, yeah? Which means I actually should have blocked the other way with the Fireblade Charger. Because now it just rolls through all the way and we're sad. Borrower, that's great. You know, that's something. Which means that we can lay this as well as keep the Borrower up. Didn't hit mana number 4. I see. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you still here? Nice. So, because Annex is going to be the clincher, we put the Annex back in the hand because they're just going to, if we didn't do anything about the Annex, say we put the Hellhound back in hand, they would just pay the 3 for that. Annex is still like a 5 something that's going to trample over. Man, we don't want that. But we do need to find mana number 4. That's for goddamn sure. Might be a quick warm-up. Put 1 into your hand. Yes. And then this is the put 1 of them into your library. How many times I've thought that was asking, is this the one you want to exile? So we got our 3, yeah. We're probably going to do our business to the Hellhound before Annex comes down, depending on if they're going that way. Well, what's your thoughts? Yeah. Oh, why did I let that... Oh, shit. Why did I let that go? I deserve to lose, honestly. Oh, hello, Chandler. Yeah, let's roll with it. And we take it. Like a chum Buckley. They pay the one to pump it with that, and it's lights out. Time to get out of here. No. No, I did not. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Just leave the defeat up there so we can bask in it for a moment, so we can remain humble. And you don't got this. You could play Magic 8 hours a day and still lose because of the card draws and all that stuff. It's humbling and also frustrating at the same time. Apologies for the mess behind us. We're starting to get onto a move. And I've started gathering up our books into Costco bags, and you know the usual procedure. I've moved full apartments worth of stuff in Costco bags. And they'll stand up to textbooks. That's something, right? Birch beer. Alright, the draft. Yeah, we use gold. Alright. Oh. I see. Well, that's coming over here. Maybe we'll do something, maybe we won't. Well, that's interesting. That's a pretty bomb card. Expressive Iteration would have been great. It's not made cheaper by Rowan and Will, but it might go in the same sort of build. And we've learned that Izzet deck that I run, that's why you run that. Your hand in your graveyard. Yeah, you gotta take that. Oh, yes, no. Electrolyze is totally the play over this thing that's gonna wheel a bunch. Is the honest truth. If we let this flow naturally, we would end up playing Izzet almost every draft. Because the cards look so attractive. 2 damage for 3, draw a card. Yeah, no, I shouldn't feel bad about passing on that. That ley line, excellent. Yes, now. Right. What would be in here if I went Golgari, the Blood Researcher? Might be a little early. This Leech Fanatic ends up being better in a lot than you would often think. It is too early, perhaps, to be picking that. This thing here is not going to wheel around because it's actually kind of handy. Duress. Quick and dirty. Yeah, let's... Oh, I see. We don't say no to a dual land. I mean, that's kind of why we're here. For the most part, with drafts, it's collection filling, and you're here for dual lands in particular, so you don't have to spend your wild cards on them. But you always want them. Right. Tend the pests. Right. Tend the pests. Mentor's Guidance, probably the best thing here. Oh. Curate, Vortex Runner, and this Scallywag. Pretty sure that person there. We don't seem to be gravitating towards white at all. Another one of that is interesting. Hunt for Specimens, pretty legitimate. Promising Dusk Mage has come up a bunch in other streams for being a card, the kind of card that you might want to run in certain builds. So if we do Pests and Golgari this time, which we've tried to push a bunch. Yeah. Hunt for Specimens is the other enabler. Do you pick up the second one of these so soon? Maybe you do. Eureka moment? Sounds great to me. Two bodies on field? You know, maybe. The letter of acceptance? Pretty okay. Some mana fixing? Yeah. I seem to run one of those most drafts. Big play. Trample lifelink. Eek. If Campus Guide was put it into your hand, I would be grabbing for that card all the time. But it's put it on top of your library. It's like, eh. Right. We do want our sideboard answers. We're picking this up third pick from the end. Laughing. Oh, sure. Oh, Blacks. Insect synergy, you don't say. You may put any number of them into your hand. Yes, now. That is something. Blackish Trudge is good too, but let's take another mythic, shall we? And know that we're gonna start really bulking up on insects, apparently. Wait, this is a green pest creature token. Token creature pest. It's not an insect, but it is still buffed by blacks, I do believe. Pests, yeah. Okay, good. Yep. Yarp? Another hunt for specimens? That might be a little on the aggressive side. So, about blue. Either of those three cards, the negate, the solve the equation, the decisive denial, all legitimate picks, you know? Hunt for specimens goes better with what I'm kind of picturing going on here. Oh, I just realized I don't have chat up. Oh, my bad. Alright. So, we did go with the specimen-y sort of draw out of all of them. I think if we really hammer that synergy, we get ourselves maybe 4 or 5 wins. That's a bold prediction. We shall see. Enters tapped only if you gain life this turn. That is a side effect of having pest synergy, which that could also be a something, but that's kind of threatening. Three colors is a little aggressive, but there's maybe do some spell slingery sort of 3 colors. Because I say spell slingery because the things that make pests are all going to be instants and sorceries. Even though it might be a go wide strategy, we're going to end up, as a consequence of wanting them to be pests, to casting a lot of instants and sorceries. And, gaining some life along the way. But when you get into those tertiary strategies, it's like, good luck with that. Keep it breach, pest synergy. I'm not dying to have it. I think this might actually be a smart pick in case we end up in blue as well, so we can play Will. Although Will is boy, -3, draw 2 cards. I mean that's not slouching. Mage Duel, excellent card, especially in this draft format. The amount of times when someone casts that on me, I'm like, don't have that 1 mana response to something. And, they do. They always do. Maybe we... See, if we pick up a second Eureka moment, it really does start to make blue look pretty attractive. We could play Crushing Disappointment instead of Eureka Moment. They're both instants. They're both 4 mana. Draw 2 cards for both. It's not that crazy of an idea. But I think the substitution, if we do have other things to lean into blue, might be worth it. Field trip. Right on. Oh. Yeah, I would like to do a little bit of ramping. That sounds great. I can't imagine that making the final cut in the deck. I'm just going to sideboard it right now. I suppose. Negates breach until end of turn. A second big play. A third big play? Kill him with pests and battle tricks. I think I might need a little bit more to enable me wanting to lean too hard into the battle trick aspect of the go wide. You just go wide. Vortex Runner in the 3-drop slot actually might be kind of helpful. We have Blex. Negate might be a little out of place, but is a totally runnable card. Solve the equation. We could search for the Harness Infinity. The chances that that's going to be what keeps us alive or wins us the game is going to be perhaps kind of slim, unless it was a late game top deck. I think we might pass on that for now. So we got no learn cards yet. Do we take the lesson or do we take the learn card? We didn't take the stuff that had to do with paying off for gaining life. So we could cram Session. Yes, we do have learn cards in the Hunt for Specimens. Yes. Scurrid Colony fits way better into our slots than this guy does. However, if we're doing tokens and go wide, activate only as a sorcery hurts. Actually that's what makes me pass on that card. If it was activate any time for one that you can eat up your creatures, I'd be on board with it. Abundant Harvest and the I see. Yeah, let's take the Abundant Harvest. Mage Hunter's Onslaught would have been an excellent pick as well. The Witherbloom Pledge Mage, they're annoying. I've lost games to those 5/5s in this format. And perhaps that might be a weakness of ours, in that we don't have something large to block, and we're also lacking removal. So the prediction of 4 to 5 wins immediately starts to... Are we going to play the Abundant Harvest, or do we greed pick the dual land? Yeah, Abundant Harvest is a great card. Let's... Oh. Yeah, we'll take it for a moment there, and perhaps we'll come back to looking at it. With lesser. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. The Apprentice. Put that card in your hand. That's right. So more things in a healthy 2-drop slot in the go wide might make more sense than Rushed Rebirth at this time. Passing on the rare. Damn. Wouldn't that have been awesome if we had gone Is It? But ain't that always the way? Pop quiz. We could maybe greed pick it, passing over the discard 2 cards, because... Oh. Well, ain't that the representative for this deck? Hmm. So Biomathematician probably is looking better than a third Eureka moment because it's starting to look playable with this and this potentially eating up our creatures in order to pay off. There will be a game down the road where it hurts us for sure if we end up running all that stuff, especially if we're trying to do a bunch of big play and just drawing into non-creature spells or non-creature spells that don't make creature tokens like this instead of what we kind of need. This doesn't give our big stuff trample. It gives stuff reach. Yeah. Yeah. A second letter of abundance. So I was thinking about approaching the second sun. What if that's one of our major win conditions? We have a bunch of go instead of going wide because we probably won't get the job done with the amount of tokens we're going to create. Instead, alive long enough to draw into this with a shitload of card draw and hopefully cast it a second time before they kill us. And we're not splashing white. We've said that already. But if we were running the 2 letter of acceptance, the mana rock, 1 planes. How many games are we going to see the 1 planes we put in the deck? Like an idiot. Reject, but I don't reckon we're going to play it. Tried to push this card on me a second time, you say? Yeah, this might be more our speed at this time. Another creature probably is... We might not keep it in, but... Uncommon for the vault. Oh. That could be a fun battle trick. But... Uncommon for the vault. There's no way we're playing that. And this guy, as a sorcery, I'm just not digging it. Okay. 50 cards, you say? Oh, I got something mountainy. Oh, Rowan. Wow. That -4 is really good on Rowan. The +1 deals damage to opponents. Okay. We're probably not going to run the mountain because we would maybe cast the will side, but we've got the 2 letter of acceptance trying to do our thing with the approach of the second sun. So if we want to win that way, boy, like we don't want to run 50 cards. We'll come back to that perhaps. Two of those. Let's look at our split. Ooh. 12 to 17. Okay, let's review that again and say instead 14 to 15. If you hear somebody screaming in the background, it's because Alex is watching Game of Thrones in the room. It's not my prisoner in the basement. I assure you our basement is completely soundproof. Yeah, don't put in a bunch of cards. Proceeds to put in just 49 to call it a day. Hmm. Without good removal, I mean, this is kind of runnable. 19, 12, 17, 19, 14, 15. And like an idiot, I say, let's go. Let's go! All right. We might end up revisiting, changing it, and making it a little more streamlined, perhaps. We might not. Let's see how deep the pool of Chumbuckleys is today. Coco. Looks great to me. Wow. Um, did anyone have mana troubles in game one? If so, I mean that might be. It's okay, we got it. Oh, so that was an adventurous impulse that I saw on the hand. I don't know why I thought that whatever was that. So unwilling ingredient on one. Right on. I thought something was adventurous impulses, my bad. Ah, so I see you know about the +1/+2. So I could get rid of that, but you know, it's got menace. Right. Well, we might consider fighting it next turn. That could be laughs. For the viewers that just joined us, we've just finished up our picks. We settled into something that was ridiculous in 47 or 48 cards. We might be the Chum Buckleys for having so much of that. Oh, yes, no. That was a battle trick that you wasted. Yeah, about that. This is a sorcery. Also a sorcery. Hmm. Do I have any reason to reveal my hand? Not really. Might be leaving one of those as a blocker. Uh, sure, I'll let him see my do 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 do. Oh no, I did that backwards. If I was planning the trick with infused with vitality, the return afterwards, you don't do it with a token. Dirt. Gotta get your head in the game. Because it would have been great to do now, unless they had two of those cards and just needed to burn one. Even though I'm not going to get it back. Even though I'm not going to get it back. No, that's fine. Because we don't really have a play on 4 either. Right. Could make an interesting mage duel. Oh. I got a plan. This is going to be fun. He's like, what? I can block with the 0/4. What are you doing? No blocks. Damn. They knew what was up. Yeah, fair enough. We go for approach of the second sun on 7. Uh, yep. Gain all you want. Yes, no. So this being a sorcery is the problem. Ah. I'm happy with that trade. Only because I'm looking to buy time now. The double play with the mage duel would have been if this was blocked, or that had been blocked by the 0-4 wall. No, we don't need you clogging up the board with stuff. It's probably something we're going to wish we had saved that for on 6, but for now, no. I gotta get my son on. Alternate win conditions, you gotta love them. You keep gaining life back there. We are probably going to want to think about blocking soon. So, may as well now, if we don't have another play, we'll exile this from our graveyard. Groovy. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. That was an excellent top deck, but now they use their actual removal because my other creatures were too shitty to have deserved it before. We'll see. What do you got there, pal? Are you going to drop a 6 mana? What up, Big D? Glory! All at once. Hello! Big D, I'm so glad you're back. Magic, we get the chance to talk a bit more that we, normally didn't when I was playing guitar. I'm so glad you decided to come hang out. And my glory, everyone remembers their first subscriber. I think Big D might have been my first tipper. Anyway, so glad. We're excellent. It's, here in Newfoundland, I call Wednesdays Pizza Day. Because this place next to my house has cheap slices that are like $2.50. They're enormous. Honestly, I'm always hot off of slices when I stream on Wednesdays as well. I'm considering approaching them for some sort of sponsorship. Be like, hey, I peddle your slices all the time. Why don't you throw a little love bitches way? So we fight one of those, sure. Because we didn't hit our 7th mana to approach of the second sun on 7. Sad. But we say, why don't you get rid of that? Whoa! That's Casually Decent is my buddy who frequently. Yes, this isn't as a sorcery. You go. No, I don't want to trade that. That's fine. We used to go every week, so much so that his bank thought that No Name Pizza was some sort of bill that he was paying. And when one week he got 1 slice instead of 3, it was like, hey, did your bank, did you expect your payment to be less this month to the following payee? And we actually told him about it. We should have framed it. All right. Draw me the land. Yeah. Yeah. Approach that shit. Whoop. And now we wait. Oh, lovely. Duress. Oh, it is too late for that, friend. Oh, boy. That would have been great a turn ago before I cast the Approach of the Second Sun. Oh, yes, now. It gains Trample until end of turn. Well, do you want to start swinging? I probably would not have either. Yep. Everybody out. Everybody off the bus. We're waiting. Approach of the Second Sun. If anyone join me that's not familiar with Magic, the win conditions of this game, you get them to 0 life. You get their library to 0, etc. And every now and again, there's a card that they print that's an alternate win condition. That says, you do such and such a thing, you win the game. And usually they're like pretty ridiculous. But this one, Approach of the Second Sun, ow. So we might just win this with damage, honestly. Can't be blocked this turn. I mean, sure, that's kind of interesting. I mean, Okay, so they're at 26. Our job is to stay alive because the alternate win condition cards that I was mentioning, Approach of the Second Sun, you cast it once, you gain 6 or 7 life, and then you shuffle it back in your library 6 or 7 down. You cast it the second time, you win the game. So it's ridiculous because we're hoping to find some things that draw you cards. Um, Boy, we could kill him in 3 turns. That's 3 cards away. 2 cards away when you consider this here. I think it's much more fun because they know that their doom is coming, sort of thing. How many until he kills? They're going wider than I currently am. If they swang with a bunch of stuff, it would be a series of unfavorable trades, even if they wanted to use Infuse with Vitality, though. And, like, give it, whatever, Death Touch and... Oh, yeah? Yeah, in fact, we don't want that. Creature or Planeswalker, you got it. So, in reality, we only have 2 blockers. We can assign blockers to 3 things, but because of this ability, hoping they don't really realize, don't go all in on swings because you're going to be paying for it with a creature. They want to go wide. They know their goose is going to be cooked in a turn and their bus is coming. I should have drawn the card before turn, jeez. So we're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be next turn. Right. It is actually safer. Oh. Okay, yeah. Land or non-land. Yeah, there's no reason I couldn't. So we definitely choose non-land, obviously. But I guess if they top decked a Duress, it was kind of safer in the library. We would... Would we have drawn it next turn off of this and the Scry 1? Were we 1 away? Did you top deck a Duress? Nope. GG's. You got quests to do or something? Why are you still here? Ah, Blex. Nice. Thank you. We sent him a GG. I wouldn't GG someone that won with Approach of the Second Sun in draft. I would probably be kind of salty. Yeah, I wouldn't be at it. Everybody knows you don't GG rogues. They mill out your library and you watch it go into the graveyard, everything you work for. You can't GG that. You're like, fuck you, man. And I think they kind of love it. There are certain strategies in Magic that I think people of a certain type like to play it because it's like an extra kind of mean. And of course, I'm guilty of it. Cards that allow you to play your opponent's cards, love it. Can't get enough of it. Because I think the psychology of it is that it drives them crazy. They use unnecessary removal on it or go through lengths in order to get rid of it. So like, I wanted to use that card. I'm like, haha, yeah, I bet you did. Well, we got a lot of mana. That's not bad. Not one of them blue yet, though. But we got some Rampy Damp Damp. They are black-white. I think Containment Breach is going to be a playable card very soon. They're going to have maybe a scary artifact or enchantment. Boy. So your opponent can't play the game. Where'd all your cards go? Hey, nice. So, of course, we could lay this. I'd say instead we take the damage, drop one of these extra lands, and then hopefully the top 2 cards or the top 3 by the time it rotates around to our turn, we'll get something like chunky juicy. Yep. Because the chances that they were going to have removal for this thing and I would have wasted my big break getting the island. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So more land. Eek. Well, we're getting it out of the way. Oh boy. That's probably not good. But we do have the double play with the Apprentice and the Infuse with Vitality and the Mage Duel. Like, we got it locked here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could 1, 2, 3 get rid of the Pilgrim of the Ages right now. I don't think that's the play. I think last game when we were looking at the boom boom, the 3 mana, give you death touch and then fight your thing, we were looking at some significant gains if we can catch a Chumbuckley off guard. Yep, sure. Yep, sure. And yeah, he triggers. Let's look for some more land because, you know. So we didn't get to do the boom boom, but we want to stay alive for a little while. Lovely top deck. We couldn't have saved it with Infuse with Vitality had we not casted it last turn. Oh, I didn't do my land for turn though. Like an Aegis. Yeah, let's get all the lands out of there. Don't mind if I do. I'll take a bonk. So hopefully they invest all of their resources next turn into laying a big creature, which we then fight. Ah, dang. You had the Gym Jams. 13, 18, I see. Oh. Look at the top 5. Put any number into your hand. I think we're going search for Blex. Is that the right move? We could gain 4 life. We can trade our Gym Jams. Or we can get a bunch of cards in hand. I would pay 3 life for things like... Yeah, let's... Okay. Put any number into your hand. Haven't seen the Approach of the Second Sun yet. Right. Oh, and the rest in your graveyard. Oh, no. Damn it. Approach of the Second Sun was on top, but I don't have a choice in resolving that ability. Yeah, I would like some creatures eventually. Just shouldn't say no to that. And another one of that. Not really. That's probably not even as good either. We could just Mage Duel that there and save our creature. Or we can save it for a larger creature. Slow down the bleeding a little bit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah, bye. Let's save it for a larger creature. Trade is not really in my favor for an attack and block here. Ooh, okay. Let him draw a card for that 2/2. Yeah. I was thinking in what order to get rid of this stuff. Jeez, really thinning out that library. Yeah. Where it gets +1/+2. Haul all the lands out of there. All the lands must go. They've got nothing on board again. We do a land per turn. Can't believe we haven't. Oh. Can I see my entire library? Is that what's going on here? Yikes. Nope. What do you think of that? A land on top, my word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down is Approach of the Second Sun, with no card draw between it. The card draw is instead behind it. Okay. Dang. I was hoping they wouldn't put up a chump for the 11-10 because it doesn't have trample. Yeah, we say go. We know what's on our menu for the next little while. Oh, we've got enough mana this turn to activate this ability. Go for it. You've got 2 turns to get your shit together, friend. There is Destroy Target Tapped Creature, I do believe, in this set. But it might be Exile Target Tapped Creature for 3. They don't have 3 mana up. Yally-oop. Sure. I can't believe we know the order of our library. That's kind of wild. We sifted through so much of it with that little uncommon that we know the order of all of our cards. Wow. And actually, what would be funny if we casted that Exile to Infinity card, or Harness Infinity, and exchanged our hand and graveyard. Okay. Yep, you draw some cards. Actually, I would like to draw some cards too. I think I can discard 1 and learn 1 for this. Okay. Oh! Good game, bud. I felt like we might have had that one in the bag. Bye-bye. When you know what the order your library is in, you got a pretty good feeling that you're going to be able to make the right decisions at the right time. What's up, Fridge? I kind of love that. So I picture one of my Bayman friends saying it. Can you get me something out of the fridge? There's a great mix of accents and slang where I work, in that one guy is from this small sort of town out closer to where I'm sort of from, and I love his slang. What's it out today was one that he used the other day. What's it out today? I was like, huh? Do you mean like the weather? He was like, no, the date. Oh. What's it out today? You know, Newfoundland has some other fun slang that comes from what we call Central in our island. One of the few sort of people that don't live closer to the coast. And a lot of places have their own lingo, like England as well, that geographically you don't have to go far. So we've got Approach of the Second Sun in hand. We would love to make that cost less, and we can cast Rowan right now. We don't have the mana to cast something else, but we can double play this and the Leech Fanatic, which would be kind of fun. I think they're sitting there with a counterspell. is the thing. Didn't even pause for a second. I guessed wrong. No counterspell. They just didn't have a play on 3. It bodes well for me. So, down with the Planeswalker next turn, hopefully. Is Will the better version? It certainly costs more. -3, draw 2 cards. Right. Ouch. I see. Well. Looks like that. I mean, that's my play, right? Yeah, I would trade that. Thank you. And now we lay a Planeswalker. And he's like, what? Not even run a red mana. Nice. 1 to each opponent? Oh, very good. That's beefy. Mr. Beefy. Lovely top deck. Because now we got blocks for days. Yup. -4. Hold up now. So it feels really bad if he gives us trample, and because we didn't block with enough. But it would only be sensible to block with 1. We don't assume they're battle tricks. Yeah, that's perhaps giving them too much credit. Nice. How greedy are we? So what I was looking at, if we -4 this, and whenever you cast an instant sorcery, pay 2, copy. We could win in the same turn with Approach of the Second Sun. We would just have to pay 8 mana. You've been down for the count, have you, bud? Yeah. Greedy, greedy, greedy. For those that aren't frequent players, why I say greedy is because something could happen to this and I won't get it at all next turn, you know. Didn't appear to be the case. We just get away with it. Terrific. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. A 7/6 makes a better blocker for me, especially where I'm just spinning my wheels to hopefully draw into another mana. Their static effect of sacking something every turn is going to kind of come in and hurt me a little bit, but it doesn't look like they're in the biggest of hurries either. Maybe they might suggest some big trades? Yeah. No? Oh. Okay. We thank you. Yeah. Slam Approach of the Second Sun, or do we fear the negate? So we put this into our hand. Oh, shag that. We got more force. You know what? Sure. We got mana galore now, though. Any fear of artifacts or enchantments? Not yet. So we look nice and intimidating with this thing. Jeez. That was a pretty fierce turn. Nope. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, they're gonna make a go at Rowan now. Yes, do it. I mean, it's not like they're gonna have a blink something for that. All right, Big D. I shall see you around the Discord, hopefully. It's always lovely when you stop in. Yeah! Some non-fill. I wonder who's on the menu this week. I've been sort of away doing my own thing, sort of thing. Getting ready for the move and so some other large stuff coming up. Okay. So we could do this, and we could do the Scurrid Colony. Sure. No. Don't counter, don't counter. Oh, right, I forgot about that. We were in the range that we could have copied it. Shit. I totally forgot about that plan. Yes. I'll see you in a few turns. Oh my. Draw 4. It's aggressive. Blink. That would have been cool earlier too. Possible issue. Sure. +2, first strike. Yep, gotcha. Damn it! So this late game might be an issue. When this attacks their blocks. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3. So perhaps we could do this and removal. Give them more cards, yeah. Sounds great. This doesn't help me. That's why I'm looking at drawing the cards, see? Nope. Don't need you. I'll take it. I know that's, we could have gotten closer to Approach of the Second Sun, but we kind of need some things to stay alive, I think. Nice. Yes, I would. Nice. Alright. You got one turn to get your shit together. Approach the Second Sun. It was a problem. So much so of a problem that they banned it during its time in Standard. And they say, whoa, now it's time to go. It is revealed. Yep. GG's. The one white card in the deck is just closing the games. It's kind of like cheating, if we're being honest. Three W's. Nice. Nice. Go, go, go. Do, 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 do. Yeah, the place kind of is a bit of a mess behind me. Sorry about that. Approach the Second Sun again. I kind of want to keep it, but it's not that capable of a hand, though, eh? It's got no playable cards. We're on the play. So meaning that a mulligan would be even less advantageous when we do have a 3-mana hand. I think we need to mulligan. Ouch. Another mulligan? Yeah. Fair enough. Honestly, the second mulligan paid off for us. Some people get like really upset when they got a mulligan down to 5. They're like, the game's over. Honestly, I'd love to keep 6 cards out of this, perhaps. That's the way it goes. My opponent is aware that I've chosen no mulligan a bunch of times, so they're probably feeling pretty good about their chances. Do we need the ramp? We get the learn. Yeah, pretend you didn't mulligan. How many cards in hand do you got again? Vortex Runner, probably not the cup of tea that we're going to need. Yeah. We go ahead as planned, and then they make us discard our hand. And then we weep silently. The old skewered. Nice. That makes an excellent foreplay. Everyone loves a bit of foreplay, you know. Sure. You know what's up? I'll absolutely trade that. We do have a few choices. Eureka Moment is probably the one, though. Draw 2 cards while the game's nice and slow. Do we do it now to dodge around a counterspell? I doubt they're going to hold up a counterspell. It's possible. Yeah. Sure. I'll let that resolve. Not too into trading my 1/1 yet, because the 7/6 that requires us to sacrifice things, or the big Grahanka Lee Jonka, if those end up being our playable creatures off this, nice. Nice. No. We make more specimens. And we threaten the revealed removal. So we've got Second Son mana. Bring it on. Bring it on, son. They are getting ready. Ugh. That is a lot of 2 plays. They are out of cards in hand. If this goes to sort of gridlock, I'm at 14. They're doing 8 a turn if I trade that way, but they're all tapped out. Oh, I just heard an interesting sound. Hello! Thank you so much for the follow, Solid Dust. That was a pleasing noise. we're glad you're here. So Solid Dust, if you're listening, what do we do here? Do we do the double trade and remove something next turn with this? Do we block maybe, perhaps, either the 2 largest ones and make no impact? No, now that I say it out loud, we offer up the trade when we know it's going to go through. We know they're tapped out. Yeah. Sure. Kind of ashamed to do this on any of that, if I'm being honest. But we also don't want them getting too far ahead. I think we can last another turn while we pull some more lands out of the deck. Okay, sure. Part of me considered doing that to this, but if I top deck my Second Son, I wouldn't have a white source to be able to play it. Ew. How rude. We have chosen poorly. Ah. So it's that time. We need to create... We need to slow them down. Yep. The time has come. Oh! What? 2 or less. Oh no! Well, we kind of deserve to lose this one now. I don't think we were on track to winning. So, it's not that big a deal. Yeah. And that is eat. First loss. He's like, woo woo woo. Hey, you made an oopsie, didn't you? It's like, yeah, I hot dogged, as our buddy Casually Decent here says sometimes. Like, did you hot dog when you meant to pizza? Good old South Park reference. All right, we're not discouraged because that was partially of our own making. Although we were not in the driver's seat. We had to mulligan to 5. Not going to beat ourselves up about that too much. We got to play on 1, although it's a 2-land hand. Hopefully we see a land in the top 3 so we can continue rampy damping. Get the counter going. Wasn't a land on 1. Wasn't a land on 2. Tick tock. I see. Well, that's gotta go. Oh! Hello! What's at? What's at? My friend's Bayman slang is starting to come through. It's a shortened "What's up?" or "What are you at?" hybrid. What's at? What are you guys up to? Coming in with a raid, Locust PT. Thank you very much. Oh, that's lovely. What are words? What's at? Do we slap down the 2-3? Do we continue with our ramping so that we can draw cards off of it sooner with the Eureka moment? Do we lay down the Vortex Runner now? Possibly expose it to removal, but... So my reasoning is that if we pick up a land off the top, we possibly lay our 5-drop. If we also can consider laying this down and being able to protect it with a big play, or offering up some sort of trade. So there is the 5th mana. There's the 5th mana. They're going to start coming. This gives it reach until end of turn. That might be kind of sexy, honestly. Because that does allow us... We're making board. If something happens to the Vortex Runner, I want the unwilling ingredient available to be able to block. What's up? Uh-oh. Ah! That's not good. The clock is on. Abundant Harvest. If this is a 4-drop, we can do that and Abundant Harvest. I mean, that puts a real ticker on the board. If they used up their Divide by 0, their creature bounce. Land or non... I mean, non-land, right? Yes. Not the best card. We're safe swinging in because that's of no use to us. If they have us on a clock of 3 turns of 5... But it's from the heart. Hey, thank you. I gave up on the beard the week. I maybe had it for about a year, and it just was mutton chops. It never connected. So we where we're going with just the mustache. We gotta have something. I tried to keep a little bit here, and the girlfriend was like, ugh, please don't. But keep the mustache, please. Baby likes a mustache ride. I think she burped in acceptance in the next room. So, 114, sure. Yeah. Sure. Another divide by zero. Burying box. No! She brutes. And that kind of tempo means the end of this game, honestly. They're going to keep swinging with this. They have no reason to hold back any blockers. We could put out a 3-5, a 2-3, make it unblockable. Yeah, I don't think it's going to catch up to them. Unfortunately. And what's funny is the big plays is what would have saved us. Earlier on in the draft, we edited out that we had 3 of this card that I tried to surprise them with, giving something reach, and now we're dying to flying creatures. This, it's kind of ironic. You see your own death coming sometimes when you're doing drafting. You're like, I got a feeling this is going to be significant in like an hour or two. And we thought it was going to be the lack of white mana and playing this card Approach of the Second Sun, which is like, it's so good as cheating, almost. If it ends up being the next card on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sadly not. Oh, right, because this is. Well, that's it. Now we are 3 and 2, I do believe. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Bye-bye. Wow. Did me in with just a few flying cards. Don't you feel like a simple Simon sometimes? Alright. Well, at the point that we get 3 wins, like now, we're considered in the green for having gotten successful enough resources out of our draft, basically. So everything from here on in is gravy. But we did go 3-0 and then promptly lose 2 games in a row. Meaning that we might have faced some weaker opponents our first few, and now they're matching us with people that have a similar record that have also won a bunch of games. They're like, nah, you're not going to have time to dig through your deck for your auto win card. Get out of here. No green mana, you say. But this time we're on the draw. I think we can make it happen. You never turn your nose up to a 3 mana hand. Uh-huh. Let's let them know we mean business and play an island. They're like, oh! My anxiety immediately goes a little bit up when I see that somebody is playing blue. Because anything could happen. If we're talking standard, they could be using Brazen Boar, they're bouncing your stuff, they're countering it like it's out of control. Now, I know this seems a little early. But if we've learned anything from the other games, we just need to slow them down enough to get enough mana to cast the Approach of the Second Sun. Very happy to... We don't do the more... Because you would think first, the color of anti-fun. Yeah, pretty much, buddy. You would think you'd want to play the 3-drop on this turn. And perhaps that was the move. I think we Eureka moment, in fact. Because they are not playing blue. Do we have... We do not have a double play with something else. Unless... No. We still wouldn't. If we Eureka moment now, we can lay our land per turn. Oh, ouch. No land in the top 3. Double ouch. Well then. That hurt. I'm glad we've drawn a whack ton of cards already this game because it didn't look like it was planning on giving us the land. Nope. I'm good, thank you. So as long as they don't duress us, we got like a chance, right? If we do this and through this guy here get a forest in the top few, no land again. Oh, you're making me go fetch him myself out of the deck. He actually not finding the land in the top 10 cards, I do believe that was, or so. Oh, it's shuffled because of the field guide. Kind of devastating. That might be the end of this draft, sadly. Because, I mean, they're getting super far ahead here now. Make me wish I had gone a different route and not bet on the stuff being in the top few. We're not totally cooked yet, of course. But had we known that was maybe going to happen, I might have played something different last turn. Ouch. I see. So, I think what makes the most sense is to put up some blockers, and we're hoping to get this off quite soon. Which maybe there was a case to be made for laying our mana fixer this turn, but I don't think we want to take another turn of abuse because we're getting pretty low. This is going to help top us up quite a bit. We're maybe going to slow him down by laying something big and gronky, perhaps. We'll see. Yeah, it's kind of fine. I wished I had been able to block and bring that one back to create another token, but that's fine. It is very possible they may play the exact same card, and it ends up not being such a good trade for us because instead the trample factors in death touch. 2 rolls over, they gain 3, I gain 2. It ends up my little get ahead. Oh, they did. Ouch. And put it into your hand. Sure. Yeesh. Alrighty then. One, two, three, four, five, 6 mana. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, yes, of course. We could maybe do it off this thing. That doesn't get us a whole lot more ahead, but that may be the option because we do have to think about removal. If we lay this and they remove it, we're kind of dead on board. So I think we need to do something about their board, or we could look into laying 2 creatures, being the Vortex Runner and the Blex. But it might not be enough. 2/3, 2/2s. Yeah, if they have another Infused with Vitality and they have another 3 cards, it's not going to be so good for us. Cool. We are getting down there. Get down, get down. We try for the big boy block and expose ourselves to a battle trick, because any battle trick, and then the tide totally turns on the game. No? Okay. We're not necessarily safe, but it was really great that ended up happening the way it did. You gain 1, not I lose 1. Excellent. So we're definitely into blue mana, because if we're going to look at a double play in creatures, we're probably looking at something in blue. We've laid our land per turn. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, And we could do... I wish we could have fit in the letter of acceptance as well. Because if we did letter... Oh, look at that. Letter 2 and 3. Yep. So we don't have a good trade for his 5/5, which is not so good. We're able to gain some life and put a turn in between us, but if they have removal now, we throw this underneath it and are thankful that they're not really aggressive, that they don't have tricks right now, because we're in a delicate spot. Oh, jeez. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over. That sucks. You gain 7 life, putting me at 11. They have 12 on board. 7 is going to get through next turn if I just do that. Instead, can I... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Need to see that again. Which leaves 5 mana technically left over. You tap 3 of them, leaving over 2, and you're able to lay your 3-drop. Sure. That sounds good. Are we sure about that? Yep, we are. So we got creatures. They're going to be slowly eaten up by our Girth Lord there, which is unfortunate. We've got no hope of racing them in terms of life, but you've got to assume that they might have removal for this. The game might be over this turn. That's the way she goes. Oh, jeez. Yep. When it dies, something, 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 though. When you sacrifice it. Ah, no. Ah. Yeah. So in order to survive, I need to block like this, which is a shame. Oh, no, that's it. That is it for this evening, folks. Unfortunately, it looks like we were bested. Because now that goes through, not to mention they probably have, stuffs. Ah, sad. This is a game that I'm going to go back and watch after the stream is over sometime when I get time, and see if I could have made a different, it's a cheeks clap, see if I could have made different decisions that would have maybe led me to win that game. Who knows? I might have been shagged. Alright. 3 and 3. Didn't need the pity pack. I had a great time. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's a nice flex. Look at all those sexy draft tokens and the seal token. Oof. Although, actually, we're not going to do another Strixhaven Draft before the next set comes out, probably. So, sure. Yeah, we open the packs. Nice. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for dropping by this evening and coming to hang out with me while I do what I love to do. I gotta say, Magic, it's been one of my favorite pastimes for a long time. We're now looking into playing it a bit more seriously, which is you would think might dilute the fun of something that you do just for enjoyment. And of course it will. But I feel very motivated and excited to be able to share that with you guys. And I hope that you come back Friday. I think we might be playing Rocksmith this week. And, if this... if you didn't find this stream particularly entertaining, I hope that you'll enjoy that one. If not laughing at me or laughing with me. And until Friday, I'll see you guys around.